Welcome, Scorpio, to your uplifting messages. So I hope you're doing great, and again, thank you for the support. Okay, so we are going to start with some advice for you from the oracle cards, angel cards, and also affirmator cards, and then we'll get on with the tarot cards to see if there's anything specific. But the first message that has come out for you is family ties. So it is related to number 1441. Now, if you've been seeing 1441, it's also relevant, but also use your intuition. One is usually for singular energy or for the one. It could be specifically related to yourself or it's about something new. Okay. And also, for example, like the one, you know, it's infinite energy. Okay. And number four is related to stability. Number four also looks like a fork, so it's like um, it has to do with filtering or picking up certain things, gathering certain things, grasping information. Okay, so this card is specifically related to family ties. Okay, connections, friendship, romantic relationship, family ties. So any kind of ties at this time is relevant. Okay, and the message here is, how do you move forward toward your life's true calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interest if it's piqued by something. And I want to see something new. Following this route will help you discover your life's purpose. And again, I felt like this could be connected to, again, your bloodline, like something that you guys are very good at, you know. Um, something that you can actually notice within your family lineage, whether they're alive or not, you know, regarding the stories that's been told about your family members or the ones that you can actually witness out, you know, for yourself. There are certain things that you can notice or you can see that allow these people to stand out in this world. And maybe this is what you're trying to figure out. You're trying to figure out what you're good at. You're trying to figure out if whatever that has piqued your curiosity is something that you should actually follow on. Okay. And I feel like this is confirmation that whatever that has piqued your curiosity, it's actually not really something new. It's just something new for you. For again, it could be related to the book. Uh, it could be related to the good book quotes. The good book. You could talk about, like, maybe there's a verse in the Bible that speaks out to you at this time as well when it comes to your purpose. But also you could talk about the past that is becoming relevant at this time. Maybe you're meant to. Um, I don't really like to talk about generational curse because that's not really my focus. But it could be something like that. It could be that maybe one of your ancestors was not able to complete or finish a certain mission, or they were not meant to, and probably the baton has been passed on from generation to generation. Maybe nobody was truly interested or nobody really felt a connection to that path until you've come along. Okay, so don't dismiss your curiosity at this time. Don't dismiss anything that makes you happy as well. In the weight of the stone, find the lightness of being. Ooh. Yeah, this deck is like, it's simple but it's deep. And on the other hand, it said meditation stones hold and heal. Use smooth stones during meditation, holding them in your hands to ground your energy. Okay, so I feel like this is something that you might be starting or you've already started, where you actually are using stones for meditation at this time. Find in the weight of the stone, find the lightness of being. It could also be related to like I know that there's a specific spa service where you get to have a massage and stones are laid out on your spine. So you could be like, you know, a masseuse at this time as well. But again, it's more so related to meditation and for you to be able to feel grounded and for you to let go of the stress at this time. So, in a sense, as you're holding the stone, you're kind of letting go of anything that is getting in the way. It's almost like you're the stone. You're protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself from anything that may get in the way, that may try to bring some kind of rusty energy out of you. Not that rust is not something that's normal, but I feel like there's a sense where you are being made new at this time. You are being you're meant to shine. So there's a sense of almost like letting go of any crusty personality, or having to change this kind of, maybe it's just bad energy, and I mean like negative in a sense where you're focused on your mood or your feelings, and it could also be related to disappointment of the past that has kept you stuck, for you to be doing one thing one way when there are so many ways for you to do things. So happiness and lightness of heart seems to come out together. You're not meant to stay in the shadows, Scorpio. Even though you might feel comfortable there, you're not meant to keep on digging and digging and digging. You just have, you need to let go, because also there's a sense that you could have already found what you're looking for at this time, but you're kind of tired, right? You may not be wearing your glasses at this time. You might be like even going further than you've ever thought possible. You might have even put like the shovel, you know, next to you, and right now you're kind of going in at it with fingers, because you're like, maybe it's something small, maybe it's not gonna be like a huge thing that I'm looking for, and I have to touch it, I have to feel it, I have to understand what it is about. But I feel like there's a sense where you're gonna need to take a break, and you'll have to look at the land in a whole different, with a whole different set of eyes. Maybe when they talk about crusty energy, you could talk about the crust from your eyes. Because again, like, I mean, if you're not aware that there's an issue, if you're not aware that there's a problem, you're going to keep continuing on with whatever you're doing with that chip over your shoulder, or whatever that's holding you back. So probably meditation is there to bring clarity and to also bring lightness to your path. If you feel like, oh my god, there's so much, it's almost like feeling like it's just gonna get burdensome as you go on, but I don't believe that's the case here. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. Appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractive power. I have to admit, this is the first time that I've actually pulled out this card. Yeah, it's like anything that's coming against you, they won't be able to get through. It won't be able, like, it will not be able to get through due to the fact that you're so light. You're almost becoming transparent. So because you're almost becoming transparent, almost like a goat, sorry, almost like a ghost, like whatever that is is supposedly thrown at you, whatever challenges that comes up is not really an issue like you think, or you may think that it is. But since we are starting out with so, positive cards at this time, I feel like you're already on the right path. But for some of you, these are the advices that are available for you, and we're going to get right into the tarot at this time. So gratitude, feeling, you know, feeling light and being happy is the way for you to go at this time. Okay. Yeah, because I don't think, I feel like there's no more hard work that you need to do or that you have to push through. Like once you start being in the being energy, you're gonna see how things are getting so much lighter when it comes to your to any kind of task or burdens, that like the burdens will no longer be a burden. They're just gonna be something that you do, or something that you can delegate, or something that's resolved by its own self. Okay, so what's the heart of the matter for the Scorpios at this time? We have the Page of Wands energy. The Page of Wands energy sometimes is being faulted for being too quick. Okay, it's been faulted for being the one that rushes in on the front lines because of their enthusiasm. Okay, but in the sense, that energy is part of a bigger whole, like the meaning of what your life is about at this time. Okay, this could also be a student, a teacher as well. I feel like it's because that you've been looking at things from one perspective. You're looking at one side of, you're being one-sided in here, and the universe and God is asking you to look at things from all directions. And I feel like the reason why you're one-sided, I feel like you're fixated on you're fixated on the end goal, but based on what has happened in the past. His whole demeanor is going in a whole different direction. But I feel like it's because, yeah, it's because you're looking for something though. Okay? Some of you are looking for things. You see? The Magician is clarifying this this Page of Wands energy. Yeah, you're focusing a whole lot on logic. You're not focusing too much on being amazed by what life has in store for you, because you're overly focused on what occurred in the past. For some of you Scorpios, probably because it was a monumental event that occurred that has changed things drastically in your life, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in a career, job, or connections that you have. What's Scorpio's focus at this time? But here it's saying with the Magician card that there's a sense of, for some of you that already, learn the lesson here, is that once you focus on being open to newness, things are going to change. But there's a sense of needing to kind of detox the feeling that you have at this time that's related to the past, that's trying to control how things are going to unfold on this new path. What is Scorpio focusing on at this time? The world. Ooh, you want everything. Guys, don't look at my nails. um, yeah, I feel like you want everything at this time. You're some of you are even trying to figure out where to go, right? You're like, okay, I'm feeling brand new now. Where do I go next? And I feel like for some of you, it could be a vacation, but for some of you, you might be starting a whole new life in a whole new other place of the world that you've never been in. But I feel like you just want everything. You want everything that your world can give you and even more. Can we clarify the world? Also, this talks about the end. So for some of you, you are no longer going to be repeating the same cycle. I feel like you're a quick student, right? Or a precocious student, Page of Wands. Because again, what's clarifying it is the Page of Pentacles. I feel like you get the message, you understand the whole point of this. I feel like some of you are not even questioning what you're meant to do, what you're supposed to be doing at this time, because you already did the research. Yeah, you've already, analyzed the situation. Maybe at this, again, like, let's say you are going to start living a whole new life. Maybe some of you are going to be on a farm. Maybe it's going to be from city to, being closer to nature, or maybe it's going to be from nature being closer to the city, or again, you're just going in a whole different, you know, direction. You're going to a whole new country at this time. You're leaving. You're not. Some of you are already not. This message, I feel like some of you are already at the end. You've already you're already letting the wheel of fortune kind of, you're letting the universe response on your behalf, because you have already shown you know enthusiasm on your path. You already have chosen a path that speaks to your heart. Right now, I feel like this is someone that's kind of looking at brochures, or ads, resort ads, vacation, information about the country or the city that you're going to go into. If you're going to live there, you just want to know, what is it like to be there? So for some of you, you're going to your vacation is actually just an experiment, in a sense that you just want to know, you just want to connect with the people to see how it actually is to live there, to see if that's, if what you thought initially is correct. So for some of you, you're just gonna you're gonna travel for fun. You're gonna go somewhere for a period of time, and you just want to know how the life is there, and if this is where you're meant to go. And the funny thing about it is, I don't know if the Page of Pentacles is you, but there's a sense of you're doing something completely different when it comes to what other people are noticing, because you're the one who's supposed to be truly reliable. You're the one who's usually following the rules. You're the one who actually stays in your box. Maybe you have prominent placements in earth energy, or probably in Taurus, but you stay in your little corner, you stay in your little box, and you play with that sand. So for anybody to be hearing that you're gonna move to a whole different country, they're flabbergasted. They're what? So and so is moving there? That's crazy. I would have never thought. But yeah, so whatever cycle, on a big scale of things, Whatever cycle that you've been in, like you are graduating, you're going to the next level. What's the positive aspect of this situation? The Ten of Wands. That's a positive aspect. Yeah. Because you did all you could do here. You've done all the work. I feel like if be for some of you, you're in like that research phase, and you've used all the tools necessary. All the you've actually done your research. You've emailed agencies. You contacted them by phone. You sent out your CVs, your resumes everywhere. Yeah, I feel like you did your due diligence. So there's a sense of I did my diligence, therefore I should be getting what I'm meant to have at this time. Some of you, you're going by, like you're leaving by yourself. And I feel like some of you are a single parent as well. So you're researching what kind of schools, the best schools for your kid, like the education. Like, what is your kid going to be learning? I feel like you're really taking on this responsibility very seriously, or you're taking on this new path, or you could say this new adventure very seriously. Yep, the King of Wands energy. Well, for some of you, even though you may not be a single parent, because this is kind of give me backpack energy, but I feel like some of you are going to be doing that. Like, let's say you're retired, and even if you're not retired or you want to take a year off from school, some of you are going to be experiencing real life in a different country. You just want to observe, or you just want to go on the mountains. Um, you're becoming the King of Wands, okay? So that energy of the King of Wands is like, I got vision. I know where I'm going. So probably some of you might have had a vision that you were actually moving to a different uh, location of the world. Your work is paying off at this time also with the Ten of Wands energy. Because 10 is the end. And it brings about with the 1, and then the 0 brings about something new. I feel like, again, things are happening pretty quickly. There are certain changes that are happening pretty quickly in your life, okay? And it's almost like the teacher becomes a student and the student becomes a teacher. I feel like this is the kind of energy that's happening here as well. Some of you are realizing, ooh, I'm gonna have to get rid of a whole lot of things that I have here. So what's I feel like you see this in a positive way, in a sense that I'm moving. I'm gonna have to let go of a whole lot of things because I'll be able to buy them at that new location, at that new place that I will be in, since you're moving at a longer distance. So you're kind of excited about getting new stuff. Ooh. The negative aspect is the Queen of Pentacles energy. The Queen of Pentacles is related to any kind of practical matters, okay? Anything related to money, anything related to assistance. I see this card also as savings as well. So I think some of you, your savings, you're gonna see your savings dwindle more than expected. Some of you are actually going to take a risk in the sense where you were saving money for a specific goal. In mine, I feel like the you might have not completely deviated from the goal, but I feel like you didn't realize that, okay, well, I have additional goals while this goal is coming into, fruition. So you thought that this money was something that you were not going to touch at all. Okay. But you're realizing that it's I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to use it. This is like the decision that you feel very confident about it. The King of Wands is confident. You feel confident about using this money at this time, and I feel like you realize that you'll figure it out eventually. But for now, I feel like there are additional goals that you have that can occur that are going to come into fruition quicker than the one that you were initially focused on. And because of that, you feel like it's a plus more than anything. So even if you see your money dwindling from your savings account, you know that you're about to make more anyway, so it doesn't matter because you're investing your money into something that's fruitful. Yeah, the Ace of Cup energy. Yeah, I mean, you have to take care of yourself at this time. But I also feel like for some of you that are leaving with a kid, and that, this is all they've known, they might feel, you know, disappointed that they'll disconnect with their family. I mean, if you're close to family and you're going pretty, further away, or you have a whole lot of friends as well. You have people that you love that are close by, and you're going somewhere else, like on the other side of the earth. you know, there's going to be a lot of tears shed at this time. Okay, uh, grandma ain't gonna see their grandkids for a while now. That's not something that feels acceptable at this time, but it makes sense. Okay. Also, I feel like Scorpio, you're what the path that you're on is the path that you've been called on. That's the whole that's the whole point of the message here. Wherever you're wherever you're going right now, you're meant to go there. Okay, even if it's positive, even if it's not so positive, you're meant to go there because you're the one who took the decision. But again, there's a sense of being lighthearted, knowing knowing what you actually want and being happy. That's going to change things, pivot things for you. It's going to change within you first. Eventually you'll be able to see that consequences manifested on your external realm. But at this time, there's a sense of needing to know that you are supported by God and the universe wherever you go. I feel like this I'm leaving people behind. I'm leaving the things that I knew, the things that I was familiar, but God and the universe is going to bring me new connections, new help, new assistance. And I feel like you're gonna love your new home as well. So it's in a negative position, but it's not so negative. It's just the fact that your daily activities or what you're used to is not going to be the same, especially when the people that you love are no longer in it. But there are new people waiting for you. So I feel like you're again. We were talking about family ties. I feel like your tribe. Whenever, sorry, your tribe is going to expand. Like your peoples are going to expand. Like the people that you love is going to expand. So there's a sense that you're not gonna need for anything or need for anyone or need for any support because it's going to be there. What's the advice for the Scorpios out there? Ace of Cups energy again. Yep. The Ace of Cups as an advice is talking about taking care of yourself. In this sense though, it's okay to grieve your old life. It's okay to cry for what used to be and is no longer, because again there's a sense of detoxing energy that has to come through, that has to come through, and that, and you have to go through that period of transition, and it comes with grieving. Like sometimes we're completely detached from our emotions and feelings, but I feel like there's going to be this time which is going to be pretty close where you're going to feel things that may not be as pleasant as you would want to, but it's, I mean, you're going to be you're going to be missing your life, you're going to be missing your people, because for some of you guys it's not like you had a horrible life, right? It's just probably that you felt like you had to move, you felt like I'm being called elsewhere, though I have to go, I have to leave. So whatever they used to be was not so horrible, was not so negative. Like there were positive aspect of it, but you can't bring them with you, unfortunately. You know, you could have the memories, you could bring the memories of greatness, of goodness, of love, of, you know, connection, of, you know, your best friend, your grandma, your mom, your aunt, your nieces, your nephews, your friends. You can bring that love with you. It's unconditional. But you have to go through the grieving period. You can't stay detached. You can't use Pluto and Aquarius to not feel. Right? You cannot use that energy to detach yourself from your feelings. You have to let go. For you're going to become constipated with that energy, and you're not going to be open to what else is new out there for you. And the fact that we have two Ace of Cups that has shown up here, there's a possibility that, you know, for some of you, you might need a romantic partner, or you could, you know, meet your new best friend or your new confidant, or your sister soulmate or something like that. Yeah. Can I clarify this Ace of Cups? Yeah, some of you are coming back to the city. Okay. Something's gonna be happening very slow. I feel, yeah, with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to be a bit off-putting or standoffish. Is that the word? Yeah. I feel like you're gonna be standoffish a little bit if you do not accept the energy of the Ace of Cups, of letting go, of going through this emotional detox, or going through the grieving period, or just crying your eyes out because you're leaving your good people behind. Momentarily you'll come back, it's just not going to be the same dynamic anymore. Okay, so what happens if Scorpio decides to take on this new adventure, right? Whether it is traveling to a whole different country, living there, or, you know, following their life's purpose, or, you know, letting their curiosity and enthusiasm take control. It's gonna happen. The Sun. You gonna be happy. And it's the second time the Sun came out when I was shuffling initially. To start your reading, the sun came out. I wasn't sure it was for you, but I guess it was meant for you. So, I mean, the sun is one of the most positive card in the deck. For those of you that don't know, it's the card of success, material success, happiness. Can we clarify the sun so that the people on the back can understand what it means? Ooh, did I say material success? The King of Pentacles. Ooh. Yeah, I feel like there's no, I feel like this Knight of Pentacles energy here for some of you is a protective measure that you're gonna try to put on, like some kind of armor facade. Like it's almost thinking that your people are just in one place, that you don't have people all over the world that you haven't met yet at this time that are like they're part of your tribe. The word part of your family, your cosmos family, or the earth family. Your family is larger and bigger than you've ever thought. You have family in every country of this world. Even if you haven't met them, you have family there. So the King of Pentacles energy is, again, for some of you who don't know, is related to earth energy. So it's practical, grounded. So again, like you're a new person going to a new experience, you're going to a new country, you need food, you need shelter, you need to have some fun, you need people to, you know, you need people to get to know. You need to get to know people. I said people to get to know. You're probably going to get some kind of income. Okay? So I feel like your life is going to be full. You just don't know it. You think you're going to be missing out if you go on this new adventure, if you leave, but no, you're not. Everything will be provided to you. So what happens if Scorpio says no? What if they decide to just play in the same box? Play in the same sandbox. Ignore their calling. Ignore what makes them happy. What happens? Oh? You still get to be the Empress. Okay. That's okay. But I mean, with the Empress energy, again, it's because you're not, again, I'm repeating, you're not living a life that you didn't like. You're not running away. You're just expanding. There's a sense of expansion in your life. So with the Empress energy, it's more related to now. It's related to the people that are closest to you, because the Empress energy is mom energy. I know they like to say that it's abundance, but primarily the specific keyword, I don't care. If you put a card, if you have a deck of card, you put the Empress energy just to focus on, or you want to learn about it, your mom gonna be calling you. Even if you don't have a mom, okay? Maybe you'll be called to take care of yourself with the Ace of Cup energy, to be your own mom, or maybe you have mother figures in your life that wants to take care of you, that wants to help you out too. So yeah, so basically it's the people that are closest to you at this time. I feel like you're still gonna feel rich, or you're still gonna feel blessed due to the fact that you are going to be staying with the people that you love. But from the Sun to the Empress, like if we're comparing the Sun and the Empress, that's two different energy. The Sun, there's something much more newer about it as opposed to the Empress. I'm not saying that the Empress doesn't bring about new. It does. It's just it doesn't have that extra umph that I feel like the sun energy has, especially since this is related to Leo, and that is kind of related to Taurus energy. You know, the sun will bring about surprises, good surprises. The Empress, it's something that you kind of already know. Can I clarify the Empress? The Emperor, the Temperance card. Okay. So for some of you, you're toying with the idea. You're saying no now, but you're toying with the idea of maybe doing it in the future. For some, I feel like maybe you're just not. I feel like you're just taking a temporary break from your life and you're gonna come back. Yeah. I feel like you're toying with the idea. And I feel like for some of you, the reason why you're not willing to take a chance is because you want things to be perfect. Like, I feel like you may not, you're building it up, you're building up an ideal, but you're focusing on the fact that it's just an ideal, that it can never be real, that it can never be true. But there's a positive aspect to it. Yeah. Because what happens here is that you're torn with the idea, you're feeling good about it, but you still think it's it's not real. I feel like the universe is gonna allow you to take a detour about this situation, or to for you to wait it out, but it's gonna start to things are gonna start to show up in your life though, Scorpio. Like little messages, like let's say you're meant to go to, like, I don't know, like you're meant to go to Zimbabwe or something. Like let's say you're meant to go to Zimbabwe, like because you kind of said no. I feel like God is trying to nudge you into that direction in a loving kind of way. And like while you're saying no, like you're just gonna get a whole bunch of, you're gonna start reading articles about Zimbabwe for no reason. You're gonna start meeting people from Zimbabwe for no reason. Like you're like you could be watching a YouTube person, and then you realize that they're from Zimbabwe or something like that. There's going to be like this, because you know the Empress energy is related to Venus, so it has to do with attracting. So I feel like the universe is kind of playing with you. Will be start playing with you. You say no, but God is gonna start putting certain clues on your path to let you know that it's okay for you to go there, because your ideal can become actually true.